Good day everyone, this is Jomaritao and I will present you a documentary video presentation that highlights the biodiversity in the ecosystem, its benefits to the community, and the efforts carried out by the community to manage, protect, and preserve it. What is biodiversity?
I say, and telling me what it means to me. Every single day, you always act this way. For how many times I told you I love you, for this is all I know. Come to me and hold me, and you will see the love I give, where you still hold the key. Every single day, you always act this way. For how many times I told you I love you, for this is all I know. I'll never go far away from you. Even the sky will tell you that I need you so. For this is all I know. I'll never go far away from you.
In 1988, Yellowstone National Park was on fire. Fires burned throughout the summer, destroying trees and vegetation. In the end, over 795,000 acres of land was burned. If you return to the same spot 10 years later, you could hardly tell the land had been burned. The variety of life found at Yellowstone allowed the ecosystem to recover and is an example of why biodiversity is important to an ecosystem. Biodiversity is the variety of life in an area that is determined by the number of species in that area. In simple terms, biodiversity is the number of different individuals and life forms. As biodiversity increases, so does the health of the ecosystem increase. Think of it like this. You're running a business. You want your business to be healthy and make money. Imagine you sell shirts. However, you only sell a black shirt with a heart on it, so you're limited. If these shirts go out of stock, you're out of business. If you have a variety of shirts, as fashion changes and tastes change, you're better able to adapt to these changes and continue making money. As biodiversity increases, the ecosystem has the ability to adapt to changes, and a healthy ecosystem has a greater chance of recovering from disasters. Biodiversity can be broken down into three types: genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. Genetic diversity is the variety of genes which control inheritable characteristics present in a population. For example, the population of beetles have over 350,000 different varieties and are found in almost every environment, including freshwater, coastal habitat, wherever vegetation is found, in trees, in their bark, near flowers and leaves, and even underground. Also, think of the variety of dogs. You have different shapes and colors of dogs. And these are controlled by genes, and they either increase or decrease genetic diversity. Greater genetic diversity increases the odds of survival of a species or a population as the ecosystem changes. Species diversity. Species diversity is the number of different species and the relative abundance of each species in a community. A rainforest may have 3 to 50 million different types of species living in the forest. As species diversity increases, most likely the health of the ecosystem increases. Ecosystem diversity is the variation in the ecosystems found in a region or the variation in the ecosystems over the whole planet. It is a measure of the variety of biotic and living factors and non-living or abiotic factors present in an ecosystem. Rainforests usually have a high ecosystem diversity, and deserts and polar regions usually have a low ecosystem diversity. In general terms, biodiversity is greater at the equator and decreases as you move away from the equator. So in summary, as the variety of life goes up in an ecosystem, biodiversity increases and the health of the ecosystem also goes up. Thanks for watching, and Moo Moo Math uploads a new math and science video.
Biodiversity represents everything that lives on Earth. It is the fruit of billions of years of evolution, shaped by natural processes and increasingly by the influence of humans. So far, about 1.75 million species have been identified, but scientists believe there could be 13 million species living on our planet. Biodiversity is life. It heals us, as more than 70,000 plant and tree species on Earth are used in medicine. It gives us shelter. Without wood, we couldn't build houses, furniture, or tools. Biodiversity feeds us and clothes us. The consumption patterns of people in rich countries are the principal cause of biodiversity loss. The rapid loss of the Earth's species is estimated to be between 1,000 and 10,000 times higher than the natural extinction rate. Today, our planet hosts 7 billion people. We need to preserve biodiversity so that it can meet the needs of 9 billion of us in 2050. The UN Convention on Biological Diversity aims to provide a framework to address the promotion and protection of biodiversity as a source of goods and services essential to life. The effect of human activities magnified in recent years by population growth and global climate change has greatly reduced biodiversity in ecosystems around the world. One way each of us can contribute to foster biodiversity is to choose a more sustainable lifestyle. Education can help us recognise that our individual actions, as harmless as they can appear, can have global ramifications. We need to learn that we are all part of a web of life. When one species disappears, others are at risk of disappearing as a result. We need to empower our children and youth today to help foster biodiversity tomorrow. But how? Let's take the example of a group of secondary students that goes to observe what remains of the forest in a protected area. After learning firsthand about the importance of forests, students discuss the reasons for deforestation and its effects on the livelihoods of communities, as well as on climate and other natural hazards. They then develop a list of simple actions to help restore the forest and better manage it through actions they can take at school and at home. To communicate these actions to other schools and within the community, they animate a community radio program to encourage replanting trees and other plants in their area. During community festivities, they organise role-playing activities to raise awareness of the various aspects of preservation, as well as the use and promotion of the resources within protected areas. Protecting our planet is in our hands, and it is education that can help us act today.